You're listening to the John and Heidi Show. Now, featuring the wit and wisdom of Dan Ferris.
Okay, dudes, let's walk this sucker.
On Sunny 93.3.
It's the John and Heidi Show bonus hour with Dan Ferris. Good Monday to you, sir.
You know, kind of having a tough time just coming out of the blocks here.
Yeah.
Monday, because you look around and you go,
it's
okay.
Monday.
It is, but it also happens to be,
Mondays.
for some reason, I don't know who designates this stuff. I'm guessing prison inmates because they have nothing better to do. It's National Weed Your Garden Day.
Oh, yeah. Somebody's got to do it.
But it's Monday. Who wants to do that on a Monday?
I'm not going to do that.
Do you even have a garden? You guys don't have a garden. Do you? I remember
I
Heidi.
had a garden once.
Heidi took a shot at a garden
I had
once.
an epic garden.
She had the
You had a heck of
smallest
a corn crop, as I recall.
And carrots. Did you see those carrots?
And usually people grow regular-sized carrots. She grew baby carrots that were even smaller than the baby carrots you see at the store. It was tiny.
Boy,
it was special.
Her ears of corn were smaller than the
And it
kind you
was
get in
still
Chinese food.
producing bounty the following year.
Well, it's not everybody can do it. And that's
I
the
know.
thing.
She planted her vegetable garden in the shade, which I don't encourage.
I've never grown anything in my entire life, nor do I intend to start now, because why would I?
There you go.
It's like, hey, there's the grocery store. I'm good.
Yeah.
Absolutely great here. Hey, happy birthday to John Boy today.
John Boy Walton.
John Boy, yeah, the Waltons. Richard Thomas, he's 71.
Nice.
71. And how is this for a career? This guy, love him or hate him, dude ain't going anywhere anytime soon. Tim Allen is 69 today.
Yeah, I like Tim Allen.
I love Tim Allen.
He was Santa Claus.
Yeah.
Yes, he was.
He was also Tim the Toolman Taylor.
Thanks, John.
That's what I'm here for.
Of Brat Pack fame.
I
Huge
love the whole
in
Brat
the
Pack.
80s. The Breakfast Club. St. Elmo's Fire. Ladies and gentlemen, Ellie Sheedy.
Yeah.
She was Allison Reynolds in The Breakfast Club.
Mm-hmm.
Those guys were so
A little
cool.
different. Yeah, and they did that. And I think those kids were supposed to be, well, they were in high school. So what, like 17, 16,
Yeah.
17? Yeah, she was actually 47 years old.
I don't think she was that
That's
old, but
acting. That is acting.
She's good, man.
Allie is 60 today. A little side note on her. Did you know for a while in the 80s, she dated Richie Sambora from Bon Jovi?
I
Really?
did not know that.
They were an item for a little while.
Really?
Of course, in the 80s, he dated everybody. I may have dated Richie Sambora.
Everybody
When I think
did.
It was a
these.
blurry time.
Yeah, it was kind of sketchy thing between her and that Heller Locklear girl. I don't know. Anyway, he was delightful as a dinner date.
Yeah, I'll bet.
Amazing
Probably
table
would be.
manners.
It's a true story. And you know what? This actually happened because it did. I love this country so much. It was this day in 1920. The U.S. Post Office, United States Postal Service, announces there's no wiggle room here. They announced, and this is how it's going to be moving forward from this day on, that children can no longer be sent through parcel post.
So they could up until that point?
That's correct, John.
Holy cow.
And apparently it became a problem.
What year was this?
1920.
Holy
Oh,
cow.
my goodness.
Yes, people were just shipping their youngins, put them in a box, make some air holes. We don't
Let's mail them off to Grandma.
put a Twinkie in there. We don't care.
Oh, my.
That's only like 100 years ago.
That's terrifying.
Apparently, you can't do that anymore. And
Fun
this is how
haters.
it shook out. And you see it a lot, especially if you're from the Dakotas, if you're from the Midwest, and indigenous and Native Americans, on and on and on. And there's a long storied history. Some of it's horrifying, some of it is open to conjecture, whatever the case may be. But it was this day, 1979, ladies and gentlemen, Dateline, South Dakota. South Dakota Sioux Nation is awarded $105 million cash in compensation for the 1877 U.S. seizure of the Black Hills.
Oh, how much was that?
$105 million this day in 1979. And things were signed off, and it's like, okay, this is what we're giving you for that, but that still rages on.
Yeah.
So who got
owns
that
what?
money? 'Cause
The Sioux Nation, Lakota Sioux.
Okay.
Anybody part of that tribe in the Dakota Territories got a piece of that money. Where the money went, I don't know.
Well, they wisely invested into casinos.
Exactly.
That's very
And
good.
it continues to pay them back.
But you
Oh,
look at that, but when
And
you
over.
really dig in deeper, when you look at just the history of the world,
Yeah.
it's always been warring factors. They just went, hey, you know what? to the victor goes the spoils. That's just how it is.
Yeah.
Always
Yeah.
worked.
Yeah.
And
That's what it typically is.
the buzz
they took it
is
from
when they
somebody
dig
before them,
in,
yeah.
it was not always the Sioux who owned the Black Hills.
Yeah, somebody
Some
else had it.
say Cherokees may have a little bit, and maybe the Blackfoot. In fact, some historians swear that the 1920 Major League Baseball World Series champs, the Cleveland Indians, owned the Black Hills.
Really? I didn't realize that.
So, yeah, it's just go to the library. Books are free.
The library?
Go to the library. Look it up. I'm just sharing here. So,
Thank you, Dan.
all right, I know.
For those of you listening for your summer school credits, now you've got history.
Did you hear the 1920 Cleveland Indians own the Black Hills? What the heck's going on with that?
Well, thanks,
Look
Dan.
it up. All right, we can just bounce ahead here.
Gonna do that. It's the John and Heidi Show bonus hour with Dan Ferris.
Are you looking for an energy drink that's natural, lasts longer, has no dyes, no artificial flavorings, and no sugar? Blitz Energy Drink is the answer. With only 10 calories per serving and 200 milligrams of caffeine, our formula will help increase your focus, endurance, mood, and energy levels. Order now at drinkblitzenergy.com. Use promo code RADIO20 to save 20% and get free shipping on any canister. drinkblitzenergy.com. Promo code RADIO20. That's drinkblitzenergy.com.
Time now for some bright news, and we're going to visit with Leslie Morrow. She's the State Executive Director of the Alzheimer's Association of South Dakota. Leslie, how are you?
I'm doing great. Thanks so much.
We're excited to chat with you. You've got a couple of different things that are happening this month, and this is kind of a special month. It's Alzheimer's and Brain Awareness Month in South Dakota, and we've got one of the events coming up this week. Let's talk a little bit about that one first.
Yes. I think one of the great things about Alzheimer's and Brain Awareness Month is that it's a great opportunity to invite people to learn more about the disease, maybe get some questions answered, but mostly to really dispel some of the stigma and misconceptions around that. So in an effort to do that, we are holding 2 education programs. These are virtual presentations that you can take part in from the comfort of your own home at no cost all across the state of South Dakota. So the first one is coming up tomorrow on the 14th, and it's the 10 warning signs of Alzheimer's. It's at 7 o'clock Central Time, and it will go over, it's a 1-hour program, like I said, that you can just take part in online. It goes through some typical age-related changes, some common symptoms and signs of Alzheimer's and dementia, but also some tips for maybe how to approach someone who you think might have some memory concerns and you're not sure how to broach that subject, or maybe get them into the doctor to talk about it, ways that we can diagnose and assess some of those things. And also, I think a piece that a lot of people miss, the benefits of early detection and diagnosis. And then, of course, we will also go over all of the resources available through the Alzheimer's Association that are always at no cost to families across the state. And then we actually have another one coming up on Thursday, June 23rd, which would be next week. And that one is called Understanding Alzheimer's and Dementia. Also 1 hour, but it talks about, I think there's a lot of confusion. What's Alzheimer's? What's dementia? What's the difference? So it talks about the relationship between the two of those, what happens to the brain when you're afflicted with this disease, some of the risk factors, and it'll also go over the general stages of Alzheimer's, the 3 general ones. But the exciting part is that we'll talk about new FDA-approved treatments, and then also what's on the horizon when it comes to research. So some good things there as well. And it's really simple for people to get registered for either of these 2 or both if they'd like to take part in both of them. They just have an 800 number to call, and then if you give them an email, they will send you the link that you can just access, again, from the comfort of your own home. And I'll give you that number, but I trust that you'll also help me with that. Absolutely. It's 800-272-3900. So again, 800-272-3900.
And if for some reason you forget that number, if you're driving right now, if something happens, you can always go to the website alz.org/SD for South Dakota. So alz.org/SD. And I see right on the top right-hand corner, there's that phone number. And right next to it is a button that says donate. So if this is something that maybe has been an impact in your life, and you're saying, I have a loved one that's struggled with this, and you could this would be a great month to make a donation in memory of that person or in honor of that person. And again, you guys do such amazing work, and I think that's just fantastic that you do that.
Well, I really appreciate it. And, like I said, we really make a point, nothing costs. Any of the consultations that we do in person, any of the brochures and books and the things that we send out, again, all at no cost to folks. And the only way that we are able to keep doing what we're doing is through the generosity of others that you give back. So I appreciate you bringing that up as well.
Absolutely. Again, there's an event tomorrow and there's another event next week. If you'd like to be involved, the number 800-272-3900. Again, you can find that on top of the website, alz.org/SD. And again, thank you so much for taking the time to chat with me today to visit about this, Leslie.
I really appreciate the opportunity. Thank you.
Absolutely. Again, Leslie is the State Executive Director of the Alzheimer's Association of South Dakota. Again, their website, once again, alz.org/SD.
Join us in October for The Sands, a week of music and fun that's been described as the best week ever by many guests. This year, we have more icons and more fun. Loverboy, Belinda Carlisle, Lou Graham, Vanilla Ice, Samantha Fox, Firehouse, and many more already on the schedule. Plus, more announcements coming soon. Plan to join us October 25th through the 30th at Planet Hollywood Beach Resort Cancun. This all-inclusive event will be the time of your life. Learn more now at radiotravelgroup.com.
And now stuff Dan finds interesting. Yeah.
It is time for Stuff Dan Finds Interesting. Dan, what do you find interesting on this Monday?
You know, you flash back about the last 2-3 years, whatever, the world's been through a lot. Some very seismic changes.
Yeah.
And you look at it and you go, well, unemployment's this, and people are doing different things for a living now, and blah, 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 blah. Industries change. The world changes. Things shift. And can you kind of grab onto that latest little lightning in a bottle and make something happen with that? Part of the trajectory with what happened with the pandemic and whatnot, and I never understood this at all, but you two were actually a part of this. Oh. Do you know what a lot of people did in the United States of America during the pandemic?
Gorged themselves and gained weight?
They got puppies.
Oh, yeah.
You two did?
We did.
We did.
Right? You did. Yeah. For some reason, that became a thing. And rescue dogs and shelter dogs and buying puppies, it just became, it's like, well, if I'm going to be stuck at home, maybe I should get another little buddy to help me through the night here. And it became a huge deal. So many more animals were rescued, which is a good thing. It's a good thing. But you look at that industry as a whole, what's happened now is this. And I think you guys ran into it recently where you were having a little bit of problem finding some doggy daycare or grooming or whatever.
Yeah.
Because there are so many more pets now.
Yeah.
They're having a hard time. The industry can't keep up with it.
Yeah.
They're booking literally months out in advance for just grooming or boarding or doggy daycare or veterinarian services.
Yeah.
All of these things all of a sudden are just exploding.
Yeah.
But here's the thing, especially in like South Dakota. When it comes to pets, there is no hard, fast rules.
Oh, really?
It's kind of like kid daycare. You can just open one up.
Can you really?
You know what? You got a shed in the backyard. Sprinkle some Legos on the floor. Make a little Kool-Aid. And somebody's
got a daycare.
Somebody's writing you checks.
Jeez. Hope it's not quite that loosey-goosey.
It pretty much is, John.
Oh, my
I've
goodness.
looked it up. Welcome to Dan's Daycare. This is my sit in your soak in your own urine room.
It's quite popular this time of day.
I think you'll enjoy this. I've made a makeshift altar in this closet. I call this the Sybil room.
Oh, my goodness.
It just ain't that hard, man. You're looking for a side hustle. There it is. The pet thing is exploding. If you've got some extra space, a couple kennels laying around, extra space in your garage, it's like just throw a sign out in the yard and go nuts.
I do want to say, if you're looking for someone to give your dog a trim, we just recently did that at Mini Critters. They did a phenomenal job.
Oh, Ryan and the crew did an amazing job.
Yeah. And they do daycare there too, Dan. But it's way nicer than what you just described.
Well, I'm not saying you can't go legit. All I'm saying is you ain't got to.
Dan's Discount Doggy Daycare.
Yeah, ain't got to. So, yeah. I just thought that was fascinating. Yeah, they call it the puppy pandemic.
Holy cow. I didn't know there was a name for it.
And it's become a big deal. So, yeah, if you're one of those people that really dig animals, you're looking for a side hustle, that might be something to look into because apparently the need is huge right now. So.
Apparently. Well, that's cool. Dan, thank you for that. I found that interesting.
I also found that interesting.
That's fantastic.
And I found it a little disturbing, but more interesting than disturbing.
Well, if I can't be disturbing, what good am I, John?
Exactly. Hey, I want to remind folks, if you'd like to register, we've got prizes galore to give away. Listen to all these prizes. I mean, a bunch of them. So we've got some Apple gift cards from our friends at the FX and Hulu sent those to me. I still thought that was like the weirdest thing. I get this email. They're like, hey, we got this new show. It's called Pistol. It's about the Sex Pistols. Like, you guys want to talk about it? We'll give you some gift cards to give away.
When your correct response should have been, no, thank you.
I was like, I'll do it for the gift cards.
Appreciate the call, but...
No, I'm doing this for the gift cards.
Thanks for thinking of me. Don't care.
I'm doing this for the gift cards for our listeners. We got some folks signing up for those. Also, we got tickets for the 90s event, I Love the 90s. It's coming up later this year at the Denny Sanford Premier Center, September 9th. I Love the 90s, Vanilla Ice, Coolio, Tone Low, Tag Team, Rob Bass, Young MC. We've seen some of these, but not all of them. I'm going to be there for sure. And then don't forget, every Thursday, Thunder Road Thursdays, every Friday, Free Flag Friday. You can register for all this stuff. Go to sunnyradio.com, click the button that says win tickets and other cool stuff. And we'll see if we can make you a winner. Dan, thanks for coming in, man.
Thanks for having me, man.
Absolutely. It's the John and Heidi Show bonus hour with Dan Ferris.
What can I say that I haven't already said about BetterCreditCards.com? It's a website. You go there to get a better credit card. Okay, that's really probably all I need to say for most of you, but I still have time left, so how about this? At BetterCreditCards.com, we have different kinds of credit cards, some with better points and perks, some designed to help you build your credit. Whatever stage of life you happen to be in, we want to help. Give yourself a little credit. BetterCreditCards.com. That's BetterCreditCards.com.
Here's your Market Beat Minute for Monday, June 13th, 2022. The May CPI data confirmed our worst fears. The FOMC has lost complete control of inflation, and it's on track to bring an economic winter. The May CPI not only came in hot from the previous month, but accelerated versus the expectation inflation has peaked. The data puts the idea of peak inflation to rest, and we don't think it's the end of the story. WTI is on the rise and driving systematic inflation throughout the entire system. If anything, consumers should expect to see prices continue to rise at a high single-digit rate well into the end of the year. Last week, the S&P 500 confirmed a full reversal in the market. The index fell from the key resistance level of 4,100 and shed more than 6.5% for the period. If this level does not hold up, there is a high probability the S&P 500 will see the 2,800 level before it sets a new all-time high. You can get the inside track from Wall Street's brightest minds delivered directly to your inbox every day at marketbeatminute.com.